Good afternoon everyone, it's Rachel here and I am doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and I am pre-recording my video because Sunday I will not be home, and so I thought I better get it done today. And our new prompt is, I think it's prompt number 7, is your own embroidery. So you can do whatever you like, your own embroidery. So clearly this sort of thing is already embroidery, a type of embroidery, or a bit of mark making, and that's embroidery. But okay, some of these things overlap and we're doing your own embroidery. Now, a great source of that is this type of book. It's a public domain book, and the floral motifs are taken from old textiles. And it's a Library of Congress cataloguing publication. So I've chosen this one here, and I enlarged it. It went off the page. I did 115%, and I've already traced it onto Solvay, and it was only a little bit of the leaves that came off. So I just hand drew them, and so here it is. And I thought I could change my mind now. Just a minute. I think I've got my wheel on it. I can't move it. Can't maneuver it. I need to roll it, I think. Excuse me. Trying to get the bit to stay up that I want to work on is not easy. Just a sec. Let's just roll it up out of the way. That would be the smart thing to do. There we go. Get the stapler out of the way. We don't need that. Don't need the ruler. Normally I sort myself out, but today, because I'm short of time, I needed to get cracking. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, hopefully it won't fall on the floor now. Right. So I'm thinking I want to put it here. Now, that's the way it is in the book. I could have it go, I want it to come up a little bit into here. But how far? Yeah, I like that. Now, is that going to be an issue going over that bit there? I could slide it over and turn it a bit more and bring it down. Okay, that's going to work. It's not that far up into there, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is pin it in place, or no, now I'm having another thought, but I want it to overlap these two pieces. So I do think I want to do that. I'm wondering if I want to add, that'll slow me down. Do I want to add some sort of something like that? I do. It's okay, we'll add that. So I can't do that yet. I need to stitch that down. Well, I'll still tack this. I just want to show you. I'm not going to do all the stitching in the video because it'll take me ages. I'm going to grab my pins and pin it. And I'm going to tack it on. And before I get to that bit, I'll stitch that down. I might stitch it down with you guys, but I didn't want to take this off. Okay, so let's pin this in place. We'll move this out of the way. About there. Maybe up into there. Then it doesn't go over it. I wanted it to go over it. I'm being a fusspot. Okay. Not using the dagger pins, I'm using just regular ones. Now I'll just quickly stitch that down with just a plain ecru or pink, whatever I've got flying around here, cotton. And then, oh, my needles are in the other room, but I've got a bag. Oh wait, I've got a needle book here. What's in here? I'll see what's in there. And I tied it up, and now where is my cotton thread? There's the tacking thread. Get that one. Excuse me. Oh, I've got this one. No, that's wrong colour. I shove it up there. No. This is what happens when you tidy up, guys. You can't find things. It's not there. That's not it. There. Goodness gracious. And the silly thing is, I've got so much of these things flying around, but they're not flying around me right now. Oh, they're whoppers. I could use one of those. Oh, they're blunt, those ones. Oh, here we go. We'll use one of these. Okay, we'll use one of those. But I need to find a thread. Okay, I'll just pause you a second. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Right, let's see. Now, where did I put my needle? There it is. I stuck it in there. So let's just, I might come round and do colour on that, but I'm just want to get it down so we can tack the solvy on. Now, if I wanted that to go the other way, I could just flip my solvy and then my design would be going in the other direction. So we'll just do this. It won't take too long. Just quickly stitch this on. Now, in my tidying up endeavours, I did not come across my little hoop that my mum gave me. It's too small for this, but I was looking for it and I thought I would find it when I was tidying up. I might snip that sticking out bit off. I'll probably struggle to thread this needle with the tacking thread. It's quite thick. So yeah, your own embroidery. So whatever, you might even, that could even mean like getting an unembroidered, you know, one of the plain doilies that hasn't been embroidered yet and embroidering that. You could do that. That's allowed. Could be that if you've got this sort of fabric, you might embroider that. So it has to be your own embroidery. Might be something that you already embroidered. It could be cross stitch, anything that works on here, as long as it's by your hand, is good to go. I'm just going to get rid of that one, put those over there. Okay. Hopefully you can see there's nothing overly exciting happening, just stitching it on so that way we can tack down our solvy. Mine is called Nesters nesters, as in nest, but nesters with a double S, so Ness. And I bought it on Amazon, but it is actually called Solvy, Solvy. My mum uses it. My sister doesn't use it so much. But if you're not like a super confident drawer, you may want to get it to trace patterns and designs. And then you're meant to wash it out. And as I've said many times, I just literally pull it out. I don't pull up, because then you pull up your, you raise your stitches a little bit. But I pull out sideways to get it off, is the best way to describe it. Now, we need to deal with this. We need to be flat. Everything flat. And as soon as I got to get rid of these pins as quick as I can. I'll trim that bit off. I sort of don't like to throw any out. I'll put it back in the container. I'll show you the container. You've seen it before. That's it. Water-soluble film for embroidery. I'll shove that in there. I don't throw them out because sometimes there's something small that I know. I might need to trace a bee or something like that one time. And so then I don't want to throw anything out. So I'll put that there. And the faster I get this tacked down, the better I'll be. And I want to embroider it in a hoop. So, basting. I've got a lot of things here basted that need to be dealt with. Then I need to try to remember, I say try to remember because I don't always remember things, to show you the little bit that I continued on to do after the last video. That wasn't really to do with the prompt, but I did do some more filling in. Now, if I can get that in there, it'll be a miracle, because of course all my needles are in the other room, the TV room. Now the reason why I want to have a hoop is just will keep it all nice and taut. I think I'll start up here. I'm just going to go around the perimeter, always making sure I flatten it out. I'll see if I've got one of my square hoops. I don't know where they've all gone. You may have to put up with me rummaging for a minute. So this is just I think this is like a number 8 embroidery needle. One of the reasons why I like the Chanel needles more, apart from having a bigger eye, so they're good for the wools and everything, these ones are like, they've got a much more pointy end, and they do make big holes in your fingers. And they can be quite painful. Ow, I just stabbed myself. Oh my goodness, I stabbed myself and drew blood. Silly. Very silly. I just have to be careful because it's all very white here, isn't it? And I haven't had a chance to study my Dottie Angel book. I need to do that because I haven't visited with it for quite a while. Except last week when I was showing you guys. I thought it was so funny that Sarah, I talked about the granny chic, and I thought it was so funny that then, because Sass and I often talk in the middle of the week. We don't often, actually we rarely chat before we do our videos, so we don't really know ever what the other one is doing. I have a feeling she may do something similar, because I think we did talk about this a little bit a while ago, but I can't remember exactly what she told me, so you may find that we do something similar. I mean, we do have similar but different taste, so some things we overlap with what we like to do. Okay, so I'm just going to in that. I'll leave it long. That's that. Now, what color I love to, I would even, or you could do like a raspberry red, I would love to see, or you could use a nice nice brown. I think I might use that. I think I bought that in Milan at a wool shop. But the other option is I like to use these. These are Italian and they're called Ritorto. I think they're from Tuscany, Pistoia, and they're really nice threads to do this with too. So I'm sort of debating that one or that one. I might do this one because I think I used something like this one, a bit different color in the other area. So maybe I'll use this. It'll be chunky, but I think I would like that. So let me grab, I'm going to grab a needle out of my little, I'll grab one of these. I seem to have lost my, I had one that had, it must be around somewhere. See, these are regular 3 to 9s. I avoid those needles. These are more long ones. I like these ones. Pony black, chenille needles, 1824. So I'm going to use one of those. Oh, they're different sizes. That's the big one there. I don't want the really big one. I don't know where I had pulled out one. I think I might buy some more of those. I like those. Don't know where they came from. Never heard of them before. Just thought I'd try a few needles from Amazon. So let me just see if I can grab a hoop. A hoop would be better. Now I found one hoop here, but I've got to find all its bits. It's clicking on bits. I found the one, but that's, no, that's for the big one. They're all for the big one. Just a minute. One. Oh my goodness, where are they? There's another one. Oh, they're inside each other. Found them. They're inside each other. Causing me grief. I'm going to use one of these. Now you can buy these on Amazon. They're just embroidery hoops. So just if you don't have this type of thing, just go on Amazon or wherever. You can buy them in shops as well. You don't have to buy them on Amazon. And they just clip on. But I got one big one. I think I got one. I had got one from Fleur. I had already bought a big one. I had a big one from I don't know when. And then I went and bought a set from Amazon. So I got 3 sizes. And they was very economical. Although I think they're made in China, guys. Everything's, you know, all this good stuff is made in China. So I'll just click them on and then I'll twist it to, I'll have to start in the center because I haven't positioned it. I kind of in my brain like to work from there, but actually it's probably better if you work from the center, and then you just twist them out and pull it taut, and there we go. And that's just going to be great. Now I've got this here, stick that in there. I want to cut a piece of this. My scissors are a million miles away. Here they are. No, they're not. I just leant over and grabbed them. I tidied up, guys. I can't find anything. Okay. And here I have one that's permanently attached, so I can always find it. There's my needle. There's my thread. I'll get my act together. Oh, I could have used any of those 2 needles there. They were fine. They're chenille needles. Anyway, I've got this one out now. Put that there. I'm sure that it's in one of my multiple needle books. Oh, I need to organise something to take away with me too. I always, because you know, I wake up earlier than everybody else, and sometimes, oh, I didn't draw that bit there. I'll go wonky if I don't draw it, so let's draw it. Missed a bit. Did I miss any more bits? So let's start in the center. I'm just going to do, you could do stem stitch, you could do yes, split back stitch. I'm just going to do back stitch. You'll see it's very effective, and I'll probably do it elsewhere in the project as well. My goodness, if you thought there wasn't much work to do in this project, I actually think there's a huge amount of work to do in it. It's all the little bits. And I'm just waiting for it to cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to complete my still life. I haven't touched it. Even though we have the air conditioning, I just sort of feel, makes me feel hot thinking about it, because it's on a big heavy piece of, it's big and heavy, and it's on a piece of blanket. So I think in September, in the second half of September, I'll start stitching that again. I've probably got about 3 weeks work on it, if I'm realistic, maybe even a month, but I want to get it done so that I can show you guys. I always have a bit of, always think, oh my goodness, when I see another one finished. So there's a few popping up still on the Facebook group. Honestly, it was such a fun project. I really enjoyed doing that. I know lots of people set out for it. It was daunting. It was daunting for us as well, but you know, we enjoyed it. So just very plain, but I once did actually, when I put my reserve lifting up, it's actually a very faded photo, very pixelated photo, because it's a low resolution, but it was a cushion that I had made in my very early days. I wasn't great at embroidery, but I was learning probably 13 years ago, and I had drawn one of these very elaborate flowers out of that book. I think Mum has an old one of that book, and I had photocopied it. For a long time it was out of print, but they seem to have it reprinted now, because I was so excited to find it on Amazon. But anyway, so I have on my reserve listing image is a pillow that I had made that I sold for next to nothing. Oh, all that work, and I had coloured them in, done the embroidery on them. So you can do that if you've got a book like that, like a resource book that you can, or even someone's pattern. You might have a lovely floral embroidery pattern that you'd like to put on. And it counts too, like if you have something like a Lynette Anderson or a Gail Pan or Rosalind Quinlan, Rosalie Quinlan pattern or something like that you want to embroider onto it, you may do so. Or, as I said, if you have an incomplete doily, you may complete it, and that can count as your own embroidery. Now, the reason why I kind of decided to use the wool is I just think it's going to stand out. It's not going to be very, I didn't want really thin thread, although I could have used multiple strands of the other. Or 6 strands of DMC too. Let's not forget the good old DMC. If you use 6 strands, it's as thick as this wool almost. So you won't get the feel of this until I've actually finished, and then take off the solvay. So now I'll come in and do those bits. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here because that's the nearest spot to go to, and go up there. I'll have to come back and do that bit over there. So yeah, I think more this type of embroidery, in the sense like not running stitch. not cantha stitching, like some form of actual embroidery. And of course, as I mentioned, cross stitch is totally valid. Just going to come back and get this. Oh, a bit of fluff came through. This leaf done. A bit of fluff and a bit of a knot. I think another thing I love about the wool, apart from the thickness of it, is that it's matte. And you get these lovely subtle colour changes, and it's not shiny, it's matte. Although I am doing an embroidery with some variegated 6-stranded thread at the moment, and it's a little bit shiny, but it kind of almost looks like silk, but it's not silk, and it's really lovely. So I'm really only doing the outline. I'm not colouring in. As I mentioned, you can colour in if you want to, but we're going to have plenty of that going on here and there. So I'm just doing an outline. It's kind of like it's a drawing. Now your embroidery too does not have to be flowers. It could be, I was contemplating doing a bird, and I might do that somewhere else on a branch. It can be anything. It could be a dog or bees, butterflies. If you're doing a sea theme, you could do fish. I don't know if anyone's doing a sea theme, but if you were, I'll come back to those bits. Although, what I could do is jump here. Now that there, I'm going to do one daisy stitch. I can't get my thumb around there to hold. Oh yes, I can. Just go down and up. Then come back here. I've got to finish this little semicircle moon shape here. Oh, my thread's starting to separate. It's okay. And so then what I would do is come around this way, although I've nearly run out of thread. I'll pull that thread through. Okay, let's end it off. Such an enjoyable project. Wish I had more time. I do have a bit of time. I'm distracted doing other stuff, is the truth be known. I just need to get a few, bees out of my bonnet. Like, I spent quite a bit of time organising, which I keep telling you about, but I'm not sharing it. I still have a bit more to organise, a bit of mess to tidy up. And I'm transforming from trolleys to drawers because they are better. So, where am I? I'm over here. I've got to put my stitch in there. Now, to lift out this Solby, I'll rip out this from behind. Like I usually slide my needle under and put my thumb on and pull it, or with my little teeny tiny scissors. And then I come in here and then this will lift up and then I'll catch it with my thumb and my needle and I pull it out. Now, I've got to get those bits done, but I think I'll come back and do those. I'll have to come back and revisit and do these bits up here, because they also go under the frame. And I'm not going to move the frame until I've done everything that I can in it. Whoops. I do think like you doing sort of like a monochrome outline sort of embroidery too is nice on a really busy colourful thing like this, because I think that if I did it in colour it would probably just blend in with all the other colour. Does that make sense? So there's a few episodes of some TV show getting this done. I judge how much work I've got to do by episodes. Or YouTube. Nearly all the way around. Bit of a funny shape. Looks a bit more like a strawberry shape than a rounded shape like that. Maybe it wasn't meant to. I don't know. It was meant to be round like that one, I think. I must have drawn it funny. These are a bit longer so than these ones, so I'm going to do them 2 stitches. Just get rid of that before I stitch it in any further. I should trim it. get these leaves done. And go down there. So you do have to jump around a little bit. Can you see it takes a little while to do? It's a good little space filler as well. You might need to fill up a few areas, and you can do it with your own little embroideries here and there. And you can even do them off your thing and then put them on, even like how I put that on. So there's a thought. You can even do that. I just wanted to finish off this thread, and then I wanted to show you the bits and pieces that I've been going and working on, and just doing little areas of things where there's not a lot of space, so I know I won't be adding too much there. So then I'll come in and work in there and do things. Okay, nearly there. There will be bits and pieces where it's not so easy to stitch through, like I was going through the trim there, the edge of the doily. Just wanted to get around, and then I'll end it off. Okay. Okay, I don't want it to come undone, so I've got my knots, and I leave a little bit of a tail. Just put that there. Now I wanted to show you, so that's that bit. You won't know until I've done it. What I've done over here is I did a bit of cantha stitching there, and then I just came and worked a little bit in here. This, isn't that cute? And it works. I love it with that. And then I added this little piece that's been flying around, and I'll still come in and do more stuff. And then I added this piece. So there's still more work to be done, but just slowly getting there, adding bits and pieces. I feel like I might, depends what I've got going on over here, I might add a little piece of script in there. Let's just see. I feel like, I mean, my favorite is linen, but I feel like I might like a cotton one. Don't know if I've got any here. Oh, I do. Just a little piece. I might like just a little piece somewhere. Yeah, I might do that. So that's what I've got to start slowly doing bits and pieces like that. There. I did some loose weaving, and I've added a little bit of old lacy bit with spot dots on it, and just a bit of running stitch as well. So that will be happening all over the place, and then this sort of thing as well, which is going to be lovely. So that is my video for today. I hope you have fun with the prompt. Can't wait to see. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you again soon. Bye.